Today's story is about a couple whose marriage is about to break up. They also have a son who suddenly disappears. This story is about a child as well as our society who is blindfolded in such a way that they have blindfolded them. The story begins in a city in Russia in which a 12-year-old boy, Ayusha, was going to his home through the forest path after finishing school. On the way, he would find a tape which he throws and drops on top of the tree. After that, he leaves for his home. He's not happy in his life because soon his parents are separated. His parents are also selling his house, which some people had come to see. Ayusha's parents didn't want to keep him and don't want to take responsibility for him, so they both decide that they will send Ayusha to an orphanage after their divorce. They both fight day and night, which affects Ayusha too, and they don't care about it. They neither give him the attention nor the love that children need. The only thing Ayusha's father worries about is that he might be fired from his job after his divorce, because he's working in a company that only gives jobs to those who have a family. Ayusha's mom Zanaya is in a relationship with another man. He's older than her and he is richer than her husband, who also has an 18-year-old daughter. In the same way, Ayusha's father's name is Boris, who is also in a relationship with a young girl, and she's going to be the mother of his child. Both of them only mean their happiness. They are so engrossed in their lives that they don't even notice their son hasn't come home for 2 days. They also come to know about this when they get a call from the school that their son has not come to school for 2 days, and none of his friends have seen him. They think that he might have done something wrong, which is why he's not coming home. Because his mother doesn't pay attention to him, they think he must be hiding somewhere. Zanaya doesn't like this, so she contacts the police. After that, she talks to the police. The police come and search her house. The policemen say that sometimes parents kill their own children and report it to the police, but there's nothing like that here. Maybe he's left home and after some days he will come back tired. Zanaya doesn't think so. She thinks her son might have been kidnapped, but still the police are sticking to their word. He says he will be in the city and will come back after wandering around. Even after that, if he did not return home, the police can make a search party to find him. That search party will find Ayusha, then we can make a case of kidnapping and murder. Until then, even the police cannot do anything. After hearing all this and knowing all this, even the police do not want to do anything now. Zanaya becomes quite agitated, but as the police leave, she tells her that if she really wants to search for her son, she should go online and contact NGO and a rescue team for free help. Then Zanaya contacts the rescue team who starts trying to find him. Ivern leads the rescue team, who asks some questions of Ayusha's parents to find him. Ivern and his team want to find Ayusha as soon as possible. They are not like the cops, who don't want to try at all. After talking to both of them, Evan understands that both of them were not paying attention to their son. Both of them were blaming each other and fighting with each other. They had no relatives except Zanaya's mother, who didn't like Ayusha and Ayusha's father, and even she didn't like her own daughter. Ivern still wanted to inquire with her. That's why his assistant goes with both of them. But still, they keep fighting and arguing along the way. Boris was only thinking about himself instead of thinking about his son. After reaching home, the mother of Zanaya did not open the door even after many attempts, and she didn't pick up Zanaya's phone call. After looking around the house, she sees her mother. After going inside, they find that Ayusha is not there either. Boris knew that Ayusha couldn't even come here, but Zanaya wanted to search each corner of the house. Zanaya's mother had been mistreating Zanaya since childhood, and still she is talking to her by abusing her. She even says that Zanaya is pretending to be missing her son so that after the divorce, she can live under this roof. They are all disturbed by these things and leave. As much as Zanaya hated her mother, she knew her mother was right when she told her to leave Boris. When she decided to marry Boris by disobeying her mother, she had been bearing the consequences until today. That's why she's not happy in her married life. But instead of worrying about Ayusha, they were talking about how they should not have given birth to Ayusha because he was a burden to both of them. Zanaya says that she got married to Boris because she wanted to get away from her mother, and she never loved Boris. He gets tired of hearing all this. He drops Zanaya from the car on the road. After that, Boris leaves and joins Ivern's team to search for Ayusha in every nook and cranny of the city. Even after trying for so many hours, Ayusha doesn't find him anywhere. Even on CCTV camera, he's seen leaving the house. After that, no word or trace of him was found. It had been 10 days since he disappeared. After that, the police also started to take this case in murder or kidnapping. Boris was also not able to give time to his girlfriend, due to which the distance between them was increasing. After that, we see that all of them go to meet Ayesha's best friend, who also tells them that he's not seen Ayesha for 10 days. Ivan keeps asking him, but he keeps saying he doesn't know anything about Ayesha. But Ayesha's friend knew that there was a place where they often met, which was a secret place of both friends. After asking for a long time, he didn't say anything. After they forced him, Ayesha's friend finally told them about the place. After that, they all decided to go to that place. Everyone was hoping that Ayesha would be found there, so they all went to that place hopeful. That place was a broken building in the middle of the forest. Then, after investigating the entire building, it turns out that Ayesha is not even there. This building also has a basement. When they go to the basement, they see a secret room there. When they get in the room, they find Ayesha's jacket. Then they start to investigate the place more thoroughly after that to get the evidence. But they don't find Ayesha there. There were many other buildings around that building. They investigate in the nearby buildings but do not find anything about Ayesha. At the same time, Zanaya receives news that the police have brought a lonely and scared child to the hospital. When Zanaya goes to the hospital and meets the child, she knows that the child is not her son. On the other hand, Ivan and his team proceed from the place and they start looking for Ayesha in the whole forest. They start distributing posters of Ayesha everywhere. Finally, they reach the bank of the river. Boris wanted the river to be investigated as well, but this authority would have been with the police only. Ivan's team says that they can't investigate the river because it's only police work to find a dead body. The job of volunteers is not to find dead bodies. After saying that, they go away. After that, Ivan and his team puts up posters of Ayesha in every nook and cranny of the city and tells people about him. There's not a single place left where Ayesha's missing news has not been conveyed, but people still used to ignore the news in that poster, and no one is interested in that child and that news. A lot of time passes like that, and finally Ayesha's parents are taken to the mortuary. A child's body is found there whose condition is similar to that of Ayesha. Both of them were brought to identify the body, but the task was not easy for both of them as they were his parents. When that child is shown in front of them, that child is not theirs. But the condition of that child is so bad that it causes both of them to break down and start crying when they see the body. At that moment, Zanaya realizes that she must never leave her child, and she regrets what a big mistake she made. She should have paid attention to her son. At the same time, Boris also begins to realize his mistake. 3 years later, Boris has moved on in life with his girlfriend. He also has a son, but he was no longer a good father, nor did he have a good job. Next, we see Zanaya. Zanaya has also moved on with her life. She married the same old man and lives a good life, but she still keeps thinking about Ayesha. No news was found about Ayesha again. In the same way, his name and mark are erased from this world. Only Ayesha's poster remains, on which the news of Ayesha being missing is written, which people have not even seen. Another sign of Ayesha left is the tape that he threw on a tree on his way home. The story must be of a child who was neglected and ignored and never loved. We don't know anything about whether Ayesha is alive or dead. Rather, this story is for everyone in the world who is so busy in their lives that they don't feel the pain and suffering of the people around them. I hope you learned something from this story, and if you have a child who is facing this problem, give them love. Or if you have heard such a story in your life, share it in the comments section so that people can become aware of it. If you like this story, please share it and like it, and subscribe to my channel for more interesting videos like this.